Hey, Shad here with Speed Addicts, your favorite gear site and now superstore. In today's video, we're going to check out this new Nexx X.Lifecountry helmet. What's up, Speed Addicts fans? Before we get into the latest lid from Nexx, do us a favor, subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. Yes, good thing. You will be up to date and educated on all the latest gear. You'll make great buying decisions that way, and you'll help us out. Also, while we're talking about helping Speed Addicts. If you shop with us, that's what keeps the lights on around here. There's a link in the description below. They'll take you to the complete selection of Nexx helmets over at speedaddicts.com. We've got them all, including the brand new X.Lifecountry modular dual sport helmet here. We've got fast and free shipping on all Nexx products, and of course the industry's best return policy, a full 90 days. We don't even ding you for that return shipping label. So shop risk-free for helmets at Speed Addicts. And finally, if you're in SoCal and you're the type that wants to come in, touch it, feel it, try it on in person, well, you're in luck because the first Speed Addicts Superstore is now open. Come and check out the world's greatest helmet wall. I'm looking at it right now out of the studio window. Come say what's up to me and producer Matt. We've got e-bikes, we've got boots, jackets, everything for two wheels. Come say hello in the city of Orange. Okay, here we have it. It's the Nexx X.Lifecountry. What is it? Is it a dual sport helmet? Is it a modular helmet? It is both. So they are making this helmet in two different versions. They have the X.Lifecountry, which is their dual sport country, think dirt, and then they have the X.Life Tour, which is without the peak. So now it's just a modular helmet. We'll have a video on that one as well, even though it's pretty much the same thing minus that dual sporty peak. Price tag $669 to $829. $669 gets you the base graphic-less solid colors. They are a X Matrix composite shell, so no polycarbonate is involved here. It is the higher end composite shell, and then they have a carbon fiber version. So you go from $600 to $700 for the composites, graphic, non-graphic, and then you step up into the $800 range for the carbon fiber version, which is probably the one to get. Considering this helmet's coming in a little heavy at around 4.5 pounds, the carbon fiber will save you some ounces, get you closer to that 4-pound mark, which is pretty standard for a modular dual sport helmet, right? We're adding on lots of parts. We got the peak, the drop-down visor, and the modular chin bar mechanism. Now, great thing about this helmet is that it is made in Europe, one of the few manufacturers that produces their own products in their own factory in Europe. Check, check, check. That is an unusual thing. Most of those European brands you know and love are actually made in Asia somewhere at a factory for hire. So Nexx controls their production, and they're proud of that all being made in Portugal there. DOT and ECE 2206. Yes, it's passing the new safety standard. That's not easy for a helmet that is modular and has a drop-down visor. So ECE 2206 is the latest standard out of Europe, pushing helmet manufacturers to offer you more protection. It's also growing the helmets a little bit more. So if this helmet looks a little bit, it is an extra large for my fat head, but if you notice it is a little bit wider, and when we flip it over, the entry port is a little bit bigger. The dimensions of helmets that are passing ECE 2206, especially modular ones, is just growing. There's no way around it. They need to include more EPS foam to offer you more protection, absorb more energy, and thus the helmets are getting a little bit bigger. Intermediate oval fit. I will say that's one of the strong points of this helmet. It fits great. The interior is beautiful. We're going to show it to you. It really sits on my intermediate oval head quite well. It really cups around, seals out the noise. I'm going to show you all that in more detail. So think intermediate oval, think 2 shell sizes, and sizes extra small all the way up to 3 extra large. So if you're wondering about fit, just order by the sizing chart or what you typically wear. I'm finding this to run very true. Shouldn't have any issues. But in case you do, like I said, we've got the best return policy in the business, so it won't hurt to give it a shot. Free return label and all that jazz. Okay, let's talk about this helmet in more detail here. So I'm going to show it next to the X.Life Tour, Country Tour. You get the point. One has the peak, one doesn't. Okay, same helmets, different pricing, different video. Now that that's out of the way. So you're getting the peak. The peak has been designed to allow maximum airflow to move over the helmet and reduce pulling at higher speeds. And it does that successfully. Now, when they did that, the peak ends up a little bit on the small side, but they've given you extender. So if you want the peak for more than just that dual sport T look, you're going to want to add on the visor extender here. Whoops. So you got to pop these out. Let's pop out these little accessory plugs in the peak. And then we're going to go ahead and add on the visor extender. I believe it may or may not ship with the extender. It definitely is included in the box. I'm not sure if it's going to be installed or not, but it only takes a second to install it yourself. Now you got more sun coverage. So if you're looking to get that sun protection out of the visor, of course, that's its purpose. Go ahead and add on the extender. Save those plugs for later. All right, so that is the peak. Now, if you're going to change your face shield, you are going to have to contend with this cover and remove the peak and then an Allen screw under here. This cover flips up with a simple flathead screwdriver. You're going to poke it in there and flip that off, and then you have to undo an Allen. I'm not going to go through all that right now. Suffice to say, it's relatively straightforward. Aside from putting this cover back on, you kind of got to flex it in there and work at it a little bit. You want to make sure you get that securely fastened so that it doesn't come off when you go rip down the highway. So this is not an unusual configuration when it comes to these dual sport modular helmets. There's a lot of stuff going on in here to make all this work. So it's typical for the face shield to contend with the peak and require removal to do your face shield. You get the point? So that is not unusual. It's just kind of part of what you're signing up for to have a helmet that does everything, okay? So with the face shield though, you shouldn't really be changing it very frequently because you have an excellent full coverage sun visor. You notice how low it comes down. That is unusual. A lot of sun visors don't come down low enough in my opinion. They kind of sit right on the edge of your vision, are super annoying, as good as not having them at all. So this one comes down nice and far. It's going to clear that chin bar and get you great protection. Because of that, you shouldn't have to run a different, like a smoked exterior or something like that, although you could. So you shouldn't be going back and forth. That's kind of the whole point of having the drop down sun shield. Okay, you get the picture. Ram air vent up here. It's hard to see under the peak, but they've given you this big paddle switch here. In my opinion, this is a little bit smooth. I'd like to have a little bit more grip on there, but it will do. At least it's a big target to hit with your glove. And then they've got a rocker style chin bar vent that opens up against the face shield, okay? If you're not getting enough air, go ahead and flip that chin bar up. I will say the mechanism, the way this feels, the buttons are very solid. They're inspiring confidence here when we come down and go up, which is nice. The face shield can be up when you go up. It's just going to go ahead and meet up at the top, and then you can lock it back down into place. You are going to receive a pin lock insert inside of the box free of charge. I think that should be standard considering how much you're spending on a helmet like this premium helmet. These tabs are where that pin lock insert installs on the inside to deal with fog. So fog's an issue, they've got you covered there. You're ready for that life in the country, your X-Life in the country. There it is. Okay, other things to note. There is your actuator up at the top. This helmet is also ready for the XCOM system made by Sena, branded as a Nexx XCOM unit. That is a communicator system that we recommend using with your X.Lifecountry or X.Life Tour helmet because it's going to be a very sleek and stealthy install. You'll just have a few buttons to work here instead of your standard kind of universal comm that hangs way off the helmet and kind of messes with the helmet weight and the noise at speed, okay? You don't have to use that communicator, however. They have an XCOM 3 standard, XCOM 3 Pro. Those are equivalent to like a 20 series and 50 series from Sena. They are good. If you don't want to use them or you already have your own Cardo Pack Talk, you can go ahead and slap that on here with an adhesive mount. No problem. Commandeer the speaker pockets that they put in there and you're all set. As far as other accessories in the box, but wait, there's more. It's here. We've got 2 action camera mounts. This is a goodie here. That door has nothing to do with the comm system. It is for your action camera mount. You're gonna pop that off and then you got a nice surface to mount your action camera. Or they give you another spot up here. You flip that off and then you get a top mount action camera right there. That's nice. More and more folks are riding with action cameras. I know the Nexx dual sport helmets also have a chin bar mount. I know with the dual sport, that's not, or with the modular system, that's not going to be feasible here. So they omitted that. That does it for the exterior of the helmet. I'd say it's good looking. Like I said, it has grown for EC 2206. That's standard with all the modular helmets we're seeing especially. But the contours, the overall design of this is real good. If you got the money, definitely go for the carbon. It's worth that weight savings. Now, the interior, it's great looking. It's got this honeycomb design with an orange accented stitch. And what I really like about it is how little of the inside of the helmet you can see because of this pronounced chin curtain. This looks like, or neck roll rather, that is up and attached to your buckle system. This looks a lot like one of the other top modular helmets out there. I'm not gonna say who, but suffice to say the point of this is to seal off your ears from the wind noise and the bike noise. So this helmet is a lot quieter than the previous Nexx modular helmets. The other thing that they've really sorted out from their old modular, the Velour, is the trim. So the Velour had some issues with the trim, and specifically the cheek pads staying in place when you took the helmet on and off in some cases. They've completely redesigned the way that this cheek pad stays into place. The mounting points, not only does it stay put along with the trim, but it's also much easier to remove and then reinstall, which I like quite a bit. They've done a quick release chin strap, and unlike most of their competitors, except for that other one I was talking about, they've gone with metal, okay? A lot of other brands that do this do it with like a polymer or plastic. Maybe the receiver side will be metal, but they've done it metal on both sides, which is optimal, right? If you're gonna go with the quick release, let's do metal. Okay, so we've got noise dealt with, the trim issues dealt with, comms on the outside, all set. Let's go ahead and break this thing down. So this is their what they call their X Smart Dry Liner. It is a robust cheek pad system. Now you do have to duck your receiver out of here and behind to remove this real quick. Okay, once that's out of the way, the cheek pad comes right out of place. So these mounting points and this pin back here is all completely new. It's really nice the way it goes back into place and comes out. And then you see how much material they've got to absorb that noise. Real nice finish here. All feels premium, as it should for a $600 plus helmet. Same issue over here with removing the strap through the cheek pad. Not unusual, we'll get that done. 2-year warranty from Nexx. So I'd say that's about the minimum I'd want to see on a modular helmet. Whoops, there you go. There. Okay, so we've cleared that. And now inside you will see speaker pockets, so your comm system ready. The entire headliner system is going to come out real quick so you can see what's going on. There it is. Got a few snaps in the back, and then the brow and the front. They've gone with that orange accent, that honeycomb, moisture wicking, comfortable. Nice place to be. Like I said, this is one of the more comfortable helmets I've ever tried on from Nexx, just because of the way that they've outfitted with foam, and the shape is really nice. And then inside, we have a very special EPS liner, something that they have on some of their newer dual sport helmets too. So this liner has a chamber inside to distribute the ventilation across your head. You see all those ports, all those channels. We'll go ahead and producer Matt can drop in a photo or an image of what their new EPS liners look like. And they really are designed for the ventilation system to work great and keep your head nice and cool while passing the new safety standards from EC 2206. So, you know, very progressive, very innovative stuff coming out of Nexx in Portugal these days. 2-year warranty. One last time, that is it. It is the X Country. It's a modular, it's a dual sport. It's available now at speedaddicts.com. And like I said, come visit us in SoCal here if you're local. See the new Speed Addicts Superstore in person. That's it for today. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.